So there's a little notification. So I'm just recording it just for the people who cannot be on tonight because they've got other things that like work that they're at right now. So I want to go over a couple of things before we get started on this. This Zoom call is mainly going to be about one of my favorite things that I just started doing, Instagram and TikTok. So I'm super pumped about this because all three of us really have something in common with it, and then some of us are actually going to learn from each other, and it's going to be so freaking awesome because we all have our own style and we all have certain things that we emphasize on every single day when we're working and make sure that it's something that's part of our six list. So first of all, I wanted to mention to you guys there is a dream board party happening with Tanya Johnson and Mandy. That's happening next Monday, and I'm super excited about it. I know that we had some games and stuff like that were planned for it. And stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you're on that. That's not something that's going to be recorded at all. That is something that you're going to want to show up on. And honestly, I'm also involving my kids. Not so much Bo because he's little, he doesn't understand what's going on, but I'm definitely going to involve Bailey in it. So if you've got kids that want to be a part of it and want to see what you're doing, definitely work on including them. Ask them what they want, going into the new year. And I plan on making my dream board more of like a what I want now, what I want soon, and what I want later type of dream board. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to start brainstorming this week. We've already started brainstorming, trust me, but we're going to brainstorm, and Bailey and I are going to go to the Dollar Tree. We're going to get a new poster board. We're going to get some markers and get everything all set up so that when we do have this Zoom call, we can all sit there and do it. And it's going to be a nighttime thing for me. So my kid's already out of school. I'm going to make sure that she stays up for the Zoom call. And we're going to hop on together, and she's going to be right there with me. So I'm really excited about that we get to involve our families in that too. Number two, I always say this, it's always going to be said because there's new people hopping in all the time. We have a conference coming up in February. If you have not bought your ticket yet, you absolutely want to make sure that you get your hands on that. You can also pay by commission. So it comes right out of your It Works paycheck. So it does not come out of your normal bank account. And it's something that can be paid along the way. What I love about it is that there is a road rally that's attached to it. I know that our team specifically, a few people have decided to go to Tennessee. We're going to be in Nashville the last weekend of February. And then conference is the first week of February. So this is a virtual conference. You're going to be able to watch it right from your couch, but you're going to get tips and trainings that are worth millions of dollars that you're only paying for your conference ticket for, and your business will pay for itself if you work it. So get yourself set up with that. If you don't want to order it because you're afraid you don't have the money right now, it's okay. Pay by commissions. Ask your upline how to do it. That way you can get yourself set up with that, because if you don't, you're going to be the only one that doesn't have one. And then you're not going to learn the things that we're going to learn at conference that are going to help boost your business. And not only that, but I heard that there's something attached to it to help boost your business. If you just get your conference ticket now. So definitely a heads up, make sure that you've got that. They've been kind of trickling stuff down the line about having your conference ticket before the new year. So get your hands on that. That way you can have it. And then we're actually going to go on to moving through Instagram first. I'll dabble a little bit in TikTok, and then Haley's going to close us out with, stories and some stuff that's on Instagram. So I don't know if you want to go first, Christina, or are you okay with going first? Okay, cool. All right. So Christina is just going to mute herself.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to talk about messaging on Instagram. I've gotten into that a lot more in the past couple of months. I've gotten into messaging on Instagram a lot more. I used to only do a lot of messaging sprees on Facebook. And I actually like messaging on Instagram a lot. I feel like you're able to send out a lot more messages on Instagram versus Facebook. Facebook tends to I feel like Facebook tends to block you really easily if you're sending out too many messages on Facebook, which is why we usually only stick to the 10-minute messaging sprees on Facebook. So when I'm messaging on Instagram, I don't do a 10-minute messaging spree. What we've been doing is I'll go to Instagram. Sometimes I'll message my followers. Other times I'll message people that I'm following. I switch it up. So I'll go to Instagram. I'll pick either followers or following. I'll use my boards app. I will go to, on the boards app, there's messaging madness. And then there's a folder in there called messaging sprees. And so Chelsea's got all the messages in there laid out for you. So what I've been doing is I'll go in there and I will go down my list and I will send 10 of each message. I'll go, I think the first one is a HAP message. So I'll send 10 of that one. And then the next one, 10 of that one, and then 10 of that one, and just keep going until you're completely done. Once you're pretty much done, it equals out to about 170 messages. So you get a lot of messages out doing it that way. And I've been getting a lot of feedback, a lot of potential distributors. I've been getting a lot of HAPs out on Instagram. And I've been getting a lot of potential loyal customers. My last samples that I just sold were from Instagram. So I've been getting a lot more business on Instagram, which is pretty neat because I'm starting to like Instagram a lot. So that's how I do my messaging sprees on Instagram. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. You do want to make sure, though, that you're adding followers every day so that you do have people to message, because once you run out, I mean, you're pretty much messaging the same people over and over and over. So it's really important. It falls back to adding to your network, and you want to make sure that you do add followers every single day. Also, I message people that view my stories. I've been doing that a lot too, messaging people that view your story and that love on your story. I've just been sending them a really simple message. Hey, and I always, instead of just doing the hey girl, because it's not me. I feel scripty when I do that. I address people by their name. So, hey, Alyssa, thanks for viewing my story. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Just really, really simple, really short, really sweet. And if they love on your story, same thing, address them. Hey, so-and-so, thanks for the love of my story. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? And then that's pretty much it with Instagram and messaging. I feel like Instagram's really simple. If you guys haven't started building on Instagram, there's a ton of videos out there. I know Chelsea's got videos on her YouTube. There's all kinds of videos that you can access that will teach you how to build on Instagram. I know we have a lot for our team that shows you about Instagram. I know we've gone over quite a few things on Instagram. So that's about what I got.
Okay, awesome. So I love the fact that you're literally doing everything that I am doing. Like literally, I've been messaging like crazy on Instagram. That's how I've been getting a lot of people to post for me. I'm sending messages for host to post guys, and when they are ready to post for me, I'm just sending them a quick post for becoming a distributor. And it's really, really simple. I'm going to share my screen with you guys really, really quick because I'm going to teach you guys one more thing about Instagram that I don't know if you're doing, Christina, but I do know that Haley does it. So when you are on Instagram, okay, and you're sending messages, actually, let me show you guys the distributor hat first. Let's see if I can find someone that just posted for me. Maybe I can't. I don't know. I feel like it would take too long to be able to do that. So when someone, actually, this person just posted for me. So my app for Instagram is very similar to Facebook. The only difference is on Instagram, I feel like I attract a lot more potential distributors than I do with loyal customers. The only time I really get loyal customers is when I'm sending messages directly to people about becoming loyal customers. So I'll send them a message asking them if they want to try, my 2-day cleanse, or if they know anybody who would want to try it. Right. Um, but most of the time I'm getting potential distributors on there because I'm talking about the business consistently in my story, which Haley's going to touch base on. But I'm also getting haps up that look just like this. So if you're watching on YouTube, you could literally create this same exact one. And we have a board too that you can go take the photo from the board, and you can literally use the same exact photo, and just put your photo on it and your phone number on it instead. It's so simple to do. And I've shared it on a couple of Tanya Johnson's Zoom calls too. So you can go back and watch hers and see how how I did it on hers. So this is what I'm doing for Instagram. But also I wanted to share with you guys really, really quickly, because this person actually became a potential distributor because I was talking to her. And at the end of HAP, I always ask them if they've ever thought about doing what I do. So I asked her, have you ever thought about doing what I do? She said, yes. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my settings, or details, and I'm going to click move to general. Now, what that does is it puts all of my potentials in my general mailbox. So these are all potential loyal customers and distributors because I've been moving them over. So at month end, when I really badly need some volume, or I need someone to get started working with me, or I'm looking for potential distributors, I'm going to go to my general mailbox on Instagram, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to message every single person individually. And with those messages, I'm sending personalized messages. I'm sending voice messages. I'm sending messages that are way more personal than I normally would, because I want them to get started with me as either a loyal customer or distributor. Okay. So really important to remember that when you're doing it. So the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is about TikTok, because I know I have a lot of people who are coming in that are brand new, that are wanting to learn TikTok and wanting to learn how to utilize TikTok to work their business. It's not something that I built my entire business on. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm going to go stop broadcasting. I did not build my entire business on TikTok. So I actually built my entire business on Facebook initially, but Facebook has been a little wonky lately, just like Christina said. So what we've been doing is branching out not only on Facebook, but to Instagram and TikTok. This is scary at first. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I hesitated for probably a year and a half when everybody was telling me, you need to get a TikTok, you need to get an Instagram, you need to start growing on a different platform, because when Facebook shuts down, you need something on a backup so that you don't have to worry about things, and we're constantly telling me, when you're running a business, you have to learn how to adapt. That's one of the biggest things. It's kind of like, what if Walmart hadn't adapted to becoming a full-blown retail and grocery store, right? They would still be bottom of the charts, never be making the billions, trillions by now, probably. They wouldn't have been a bigger store. They wouldn't have been so known. Same with McDonald's. If McDonald's did not adapt and start creating different things on their menu, they probably would never have been known for what they're known for now, right? So we have to make sure that we're adapting with the times and with the platforms. We got started on this in this business to work on social media. It's not just a Facebook business, it is a social media business. So TikTok might not be 100% your thing, but Instagram might be. Either way, you have to make sure you have a backup plan for when Facebook decides to shut down, like it has several times, and proved us it's proven that it's been done before. So if we're telling you it's been done before, it's probably a good idea to start growing your Instagram and TikTok, right? Even if it's a little bit slower growing, growth is better than nothing at all. Okay. So absolutely take Christina's advice when she says add on your Instagram every single day. post on your Instagram every single day, figure it out, start working things, bit by bit by bit. She just started, I think it was this week on Reels. And it's always so beneficial. After you get going, you have to learn how to gain that momentum, and momentum only comes by putting the work in day in and day out and day in and day out. Okay. Even when you don't see the rewards yet, you have to keep up with just staying consistent. So I'm going to actually share with you guys the TikTok side of things, because I started using TikTok probably 2 months ago now. And my following has grown up to almost 5,000 followers on TikTok so fast. And it's just because I've been staying consistent every single day. So I'm going to show you guys the basics super, super fast. And then I'm going to do rapid fire 5 tips from me on TikTok that I know you guys love. So I'm going to go ahead and record my screen really, really quick. And I have a cold. That's why I keep like blowing my nose and stuff like that and sounding plugged up, just so you guys know. But I still got on here. I still made sure that I made it on here, even though I'm sick. So, okay. All right. So sweat. I am not in control of anything that comes up on my TikTok. Okay. So let's just say I go on TikTok. Okay. This is my actual TikTok screen. One of the biggest things that you want to make sure that you have on TikTok is a very basic, easy to follow name. I honestly had 2 different names for Instagram and TikTok. I made them the same name because I wanted people to be able to follow me from one platform to the next to the next. And if I have all 3 names the same on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, they will be able to find me no matter where I'm at. Okay. So that's one of the number 1 things that you want to make sure on your TikTok. Another thing is you want to make sure that your photo is cut and clear and bright. So it's not a dulled down photo that's super pixelated that nobody really is drawn to, right? It's okay to take a photo of you, or a photo of you and your kids, or a photo of you and your spouse. It's fine to do that. Just make sure that it's something that clearly shows you and it has good lighting on it, because the bright colors are what is going to attract people in when they go to see your stuff, and your photo is going to be what they memorize the most. Okay. Another great tip with your photo, what I did was I have my photo the same for all 3 platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, all 3 have the same photo, the same name on it, so they can literally follow me anywhere that I go. The other thing that you guys want to make sure is, do you guys see right here where it says, right at the top of the screen now, where it says Chelsea Noella, mama of 2, happily engaged, for the love of coffee, and then my website right underneath it. So what this is it's a clear description of who I am. Okay. My name is Chelsea. I have 2 kids, I am engaged, and I do love coffee. So those are the things that they can expect to hear or see, or me to talk about. I am going to add on there here within the next, hour or so, because I didn't even realize I don't have this on there. But one of my pillars is cooking. I love to cook. I'm not very the greatest at baking, but I do enjoy finding new recipes and trying new food. And I love to go out to new restaurants and like find new food and stuff like that, especially when I travel, because I live so far out. We only have like an Applebee's in our area. So, I am sharing a lot of that stuff on there. Like, you'll notice I'll have recipes all over, my TikTok. You'll notice that I'll have different crock pot recipes and low carb recipes and stuff like that. That's just something that I personally love doing. It might not be you, and that's okay. But you're going to want to find your niche, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay. So, adding your website to it is pretty simple. If you click edit on your profile, you can add your influencer application on there. You can find this in your eSuite. If you click on eSuite, click on, settings, and then click on website, your influencer app is right in there. This is not your normal website. I just want to clarify that. This is your influencer application. This is where people will click when they want to work with you. When they see your videos on there and they see that you are someone who's working from home and making some extra cash, they can click on that. They can read your whole story and they can fill out an application and it gets sent right to your Connect app. So I have mine up there just so that people can click it. People still do click it all the time, but a lot of my videos, you'll notice I direct them towards texting me more. So they do text me a lot. So I'm going to go over the basics really, really quick on how to actually make a video, because I feel like that is definitely the most important. So one of the things that I do when I'm going to record a video, you're going to see my face here in a minute. Oh, nope. You're going to see my wall. My bad. So you're going to see my face here in a minute. Okay. If I want to record, I'm going to click this red button down there, and you see you can adjust the times that you want to do it. So you can do a 15-second video, a 60-second video, or a 3-minute video. It's totally up to you, whatever you'd like to do. But usually what I do is I will, when I'm recording a video, I'll either upload something from my phone and I'll add music to it. And I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. Or if I'm going to take a video right on my TikTok, I'm going to click add sound at the top and I'm going to go look through the sounds. Another great thing you can do is add favorites. And these are all the sounds that I've saved. And you can grab one.
Why do girls?
Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part.
So like I can grab this one, click the check mark, and then when I
go hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son.
When I go to do it, it's gonna play the sound back to me. Whoop, I'm gonna go. Whoops.
Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son.
Okay, so now when I click
hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold.
It's going to have my actual TikTok open. And it's going to have the music on it and everything. So you can record it like this if you want. However, you can also go to your phone and you can upload something from your phone. Like, let's just say I have this video of my kids running back and forth. Okay. So this is like normal sound. You can hear them running. But I can
hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son.
And I can click favorites, and I can actually upload.
Hold up.
And I can also adjust.
Red flag. Red flag. Red flag.
So as you guys can see, you can actually adjust the sounds. You can trim it. You can literally play with all these different things on the side. And that's what it was for me. It was trial and error. It was me just kind of checking out how I do it, seeing how I make things happen. And I went from there. Another thing that I did was I started learning how to put text on there. So I'm going to show you guys really, really quick.
Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son.
But I'm going to add some text to it, and I'm going to adjust it to show you guys exactly how to do this.
Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold up, Diddy.
And then you can adjust the you can adjust where you're going to have it on your video. So like I can do this and make it only appear for the first minute, or I can do this and I can make it appear for the last minute, or I can make it appear right in the middle, and you'll see in just a second.
Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son. Hold up, Diddy. Hit him with part 2, son.
It only shows up at that same exact point. You can also add a caption at the end of that. When you click the next button, there is an area where you can click a caption, and that's what shows up down here at the bottom. As you can see underneath where it says Gentle Glow and then my name, it will say the actual do you ever TikTok caption underneath there. And so you'll notice, some of my videos, they get 80 views, 100 views, 200 views, 2,000 views. They're going to skip around. And just because you get a couple of videos that only get 24, like this one, for example, That one only has 24 on it. This one only has 190. This one only has 49, 39. You are going to get some of them that are literally going to blow up. Like I'll show you one that literally blew up. It was a simple crock pot recipe and it has almost 300,000 views on it. 14.9 thousand likes on it. And it's literally of me just making a recipe and putting text on it, showing exactly how I make it and putting some music behind it. And that's how simple it is. So cooking isn't one of your pillars, and that's okay. You don't want to force it. You don't want to make it something that it's not. And I'll talk a little bit about that too. So how I'm going to show you guys really, really quickly how I update it to Reels, and then I'll just do rapid fire on some different tips for you guys so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's just say this one. If I save this one on my phone, you're just going to hold down on it. And when you hold down on it, it's going to give you the option to save. When you do that, you're going to go over to Facebook. You're going to click on Reels at the top. And Reels, if you notice, is literally right underneath where you would normally post. So where it says what's on your mind, look underneath there. It says Reels, Rooms, Groups, Live. Click on Reels. And then you're going to click on your video. And then you're going to click next. And then you're going to type your caption here. Whoops. That's like completely misspelled. Sorry, guys. Type your caption here. Okay. And then if you're going to add some hashtags, this is where you would add your hashtags in. I usually make it so that people can enable remixing. And I do this just in case in a year from now, I want to remix it. And what remixing is when someone takes your reel and they are able to like add onto it. And they're able to add their own stuff onto it. So I do that just so that if in the future I want to do that, I can do it. Now that's Facebook, and that's how you add it on there. And Facebook, let me just show you guys really, really quick with Reels. Facebook is like touch and go too. So some of them you'll get 2, some of them you'll get 3, some of them you'll get 500 on. Some like this one has 4,300. 4,100, 1K, 850. And it really takes consistency, guys, like consistency and showing up all the time. When I first started doing this, I did not get nearly as many views as I normally would. It was mainly just some people here and there. But as I started going and really showing who I was, like this is a DIY one. It got 63,000 views. And it was just because I was just real and honest. I showed them exactly what my life was like. And I just talked about it. It's just the simplest things. I upload recipes. I do little skits with my son or my daughter. I do dances with my daughter. She loves doing stuff like that. I point to videos. I point to text. Sometimes I just sit there like this one. I'm just sitting there and I'm adding some text to it. That's all that I'm doing. So if you go back to my Reels, and you guys can go back on those, you guys can go back on those and check them out. Take my Reels, and if there's something that you can relate to, chances are people are going to be able to relate to you if you take it and make it your own. So take the same idea, use it for yourself, and upload it. That's what I do personally. I know Tanya does too. She said it in her last video about it, where she takes other people's Reels and TikToks, and she just recreates it as her own. And when she does that, people are starting to react to it, so on Instagram, this is how I update my Reels. I click on Reels and then I upload it just like that. You have to click add and then preview. And then it's right there for you. You can add to it. And this is where you would add your caption. If you do not click on this one, you see where it says also share to feed. I don't share every single one to feed because I do not want this on my actual Instagram page. I want to say that for posting, but this does allow you to post it in a separate area where the reels are. So I always make it so that you can't see the reel. You can't see the reel on my actual Instagram page unless it's something that has to do with the business or the product or something that relates to me specifically. Then I will share it. And it's usually something that's bringing value. Okay. So just that's how it works with the simple way to do it. Okay. So now I'm going to just share with you guys some really great tips that I think could help you along the way while you're doing your TikToks and your reels. And I have them labeled out. So if you want to write these down, it's going to definitely benefit you. Now you know how to make a reel, you know how to make a TikTok, you know how to transfer it over to your reels and your Facebook. So number one that I have written down here is making sure you're sharing your story daily. So every single day, I might share random dances and random like recipes and like something funny that happened throughout the day, or share a story about my life with them. But I also share my story about where I come from and where I'm going in this business. And if you just started, you still have a story. And that story started with, what was your life like before you even said yes? Where were you at? Were you financially strapped? Were you struggling? Were you living in fear of what people thought about you? And that's why you didn't get started, right off the bat. Were you tired of being broke? Were you tired of working nonstop? What was going on in your head? And then talk about how you found this business. And you can do it by coming on to your TikTok and just talking about it like I am, or you can get on there and record like a quick video of yourself just staring at the camera, smiling, or nodding your head to the music, and put your text popping up right next to you. That's what I do a lot. And if you go look at my TikTok, Instagram, or reels, you're going to notice that you're going to have the same exact thing or the same opportunity to do the same exact thing. So that's number one. Invite them into your story. And then the second thing is invite them into your story. When you are sharing your stuff, can someone turn their camera on? I know it's really crazy, but I am like emotion driven. So not being able to see anybody, I'm like, am I by myself? Okay. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. So when you are, sharing your story, make sure that you're inviting them into your story. And how I do this specifically is at the end of all of my business related TikToks, Instagram reels, Facebook reels, I am always writing at the end of it, text info to, and then my phone number. Why I'm doing this is because when they message me, I have exactly what I'm going to say back to them in a board specifically saved. So when they message me, the first thing that I say is, okay, I say, hey, how's it going? What's your name? So I can add you to my phone so I don't forget. Simple, right? They're going to give me their name. And from there, I'm adding them into my Connect app. Okay. Just like a really good tip. Side note, I'm adding them into my Connect app instantly for leads. Then what I'm doing is, I am sending them a message asking them, are you familiar with network marketing at all? They're going to say yes, no, maybe so. And then from there, I'm just going to give them a short description of it. And I know some of us have a video. I know there's a video out there that's like a before Christmas video. I'm thinking that we're going to have to start looking for a new one, or I'm going to create my own for our team specifically. If you don't have one, you can also create one for yourself that's very similar to the one that we had before. Or we can find one that suits it too. So kind of just work with it, figure it out. And then, I usually ask them if they want to get on a call to answer any questions that they have. I've been getting on phone calls with people. If they want to get on a phone call with me, I've been just giving them a short phone call, telling them where I come from and where I'm headed, because that's all that they really need to know. Right. They will fall in love with you because of your vision, and they will relate to you because of where you've been before. So I always ask them at the end, text info to 207-346, my phone number. Then number 2, just a rapid fire, be yourself. Don't go on TikTok. And this was one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I first started. I went on TikTok and I tried being like somebody else. I tried doing the things that they were doing. I tried doing the dances and all the things. Guys, I'm not a good dancer. Like, just being able to do choreography is not my thing. It's just not my thing. Okay. There are some things, yeah, I can do. If you're like having me do this, yeah, okay, that's simple, right? But all the crazy, TikTok dances people are doing, that's not me. So I'm not going to sit there and pretend that I can dance, right? Like, I'm not going to sit there and pretend like I am like somebody else, because what's going to end up happening is, if I'm spending so much time working on TikTok trying to be somebody that I'm not, one, it's going to be exhausting, right? To try to keep up with that. And 2, I'm going to attract people that are not like me. And it's going to make it so it's impossible to have upkeep with that. So when they come onto my team, they're going to say, well, where's that Chelsea that was like doing TikTok dances and stuff? That's not me, right? So I'm going to share things that are like me. I'm going to get on there and I'm going to make funny jokes, and I'm going to, talk about how I love to cook. I'm going to maybe mention that I can't dance for crap. I'm going to make sure that people know that I, come from a really crazy bloodline. And I just like to have fun, and I'm a little awkward sometimes. And I like to have a good time, and I like to make people laugh. And I have 2 kids, and they're my pride and joy. And people are going to know that I'm a hard worker and that I bust my butt for everything that I have. And they're going to know my story along that line. They're just going to know everything like that. So being yourself so much. And just to give you guys some of the ideas, just making sure that you have your pillars up. If you don't know what pillars are, go to your eSuite, go to document library, and then type in, I believe you could type in pillars and it's right there for you. It's also branding. So you want to make sure that you're branding yourself every single day on TikTok. If you do that, you're going to notice that your whole For You page is going to be just like you. So if you get on there and you talk about nonsense and you talk about negativity, guess what? Your whole TikTok is going to be filled with negativity. If you get on there and you talk about money all the time, your whole TikTok is going to be surrounded by other women who are talking about money. If you get on there and you talk about politics, your whole TikTok's going to be full of politics. So that's when you know that you're doing good or you're doing bad, is if your TikTok is full of people who are just like you're doing a good job, right? So I make sure that I share these things. So same with these are just some great ideas I wrote down. Okay. If you go for walks every single day, it's a great way to brand yourself. Go for a walk and share you going for a walk today. Share your discoveries on your walk or your thoughts on your walk. You don't have to say it. You can literally just record you walking down the road, show the scenery that you see around you, show what your dog's doing, the funny things that he's doing while he's walking, and then have some text on there saying random thought of the day, right? And share what you were thinking about while you were on your walk that day. You can share random cleaning tips. If you're a clean freak and you just love to clean, I mean, more power to you. When it comes down to it, share what you're doing. Go and take a quick video take a video of your house before it wasn't clean, and then snap your fingers and have it clean, right? You can easily do that. You can adjust the clips to be able to make that happen too. I do that all the time. If you're a homeschooler and you homeschool your kids, share your ideas for homeschooling. I've got one coming up because I'm going to be homeschooling my daughter for the next 3 weeks. So I'm going to be sharing, different things that I'm doing with her to help her continue learning reading, because she's doing really well at reading and I don't want to see her slip behind. I'm going to be sharing different things on how I'm getting her to learn math and money and stuff like that. Just to show people. If your thing is growth and personal development, go share your growth and personal development stuff. If you like knitting, DIY projects, cooking, baking, anything that you love to do or you do on a daily basis, that is obviously your pillar. That's where you want to make sure that you brand yourself in, because it's going to be easy to do. You're going to be doing it every single day anyway. So why not? Right? Why not? And it boils right down to, what are you wearing today? What are you wearing every single day? Right? Like show yeah, I know Christina's like, a hoodie. Girl, me too. But share it. Share the hoodies you're wearing. Share the clothes you're wearing. Throw the clothes on your bed before you get dressed, and then snap your fingers in the camera and have your clothes on you, you know? Share what your day today looks like. People love watching other people. We know this because of Facebook and Instagram. And now we're just going to follow it over onto TikTok too. So those are really great ideas, but you want to make sure that you bring value. You want to make sure that you brand yourself, and you want to make sure that you are 100% you. Number 3, remember to record. Oh, I always do this. Okay. So I wrote this down in a different funky way, but what I do is every single Sunday, because like, who has time to sit there and literally record their entire life? Right. I don't. So what I do is on Sundays, that's when I make most of my TikToks, and I make them a lot with my daughter, because she really loves to do it, and not just with her in the camera, but she loves to record me. So I will have her be the director behind the camera telling me what to do. And I will do these, just stare at the camera and point at the camera. Or when my kids are in bed on Sunday night, or before they wake up on Sunday morning, I'll go outside and I'll do a couple of TikToks. It takes a couple seconds. I'll record them then. And then on Mondays, I will go through and I will put all of the text on it that I need to. And I'll make sure that I set a timer for myself so that I'm not overdoing it. Because, when you get on TikTok, sometimes you can get to looking and scrolling, and then all of a sudden you're hooked in this loop of like people talking about how to make cheesecake, and you're like, oh, that looks so good, right? And you keep staring at it. No, you got to make sure you set boundaries for yourself and set a timer for yourself and say, this is how long it's going to take me. If I don't get it done within this time, well, I did not get it done, and I need to be more self-disciplined. I need to stop focusing on other stuff, and I need to start getting back on track, right? Or set a timer for every couple of minutes so that it redirects you into working for your business instead of scrolling, which is a habit that all of us have gotten, especially if you were born in the 80s or the 90s, you definitely know. So really important to remember that. So I like to just record all of mine in one day usually. Or if I'm making something, I will plan to just record little snippets of it, and I'll upload it to TikTok later. So like, you wouldn't believe how many short little videos I have recorded on my phone from like times where I cooked something and I recorded every single step as I was doing it, but I just haven't uploaded it to TikTok yet. So like, those are the things that you can do for yourself. And if you're having a fun time with your daughter or your granddaughter or your family or your husband, you can take little short videos and still be present. Just like Tanya said in one of her videos, sometimes she said that she would record a video while she was at a family function, and then she would upload it later. It's okay to do that. Just make sure that you're present when you're supposed to be present, but know that you can use those moments to take a quick little video and then set your phone down, right? Number 4, using hashtags, guys. This has been huge for me, especially expanding into different areas. Okay. And the reason why I say this is because I have gotten so many people sending me a text message from the areas that I'm putting my hashtags. So I will literally put hashtag Alabama. I will intentionally put hashtag Montana, or hashtag Tennessee, or hashtag Texas, right? I will put a hashtag, and I will put that specific area. You can do this with areas. You can do this with certain boutiques. You can do this with certain restaurants. You can literally tag areas or places that you love to go. And when you do that, you're going to make it so that people from those areas and people who love that stuff too are going to come and follow you on your TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Okay. So I'm doing this all the time. I just had someone literally enroll with me from Montana like a week ago because I used the hashtag Montana. And I asked her, how did she find me? And she literally told me she watched my reel and it popped up on her page. And it was because I used hashtag her state. So remember that when you're posting and sharing, because it's going to put it on those people's For You page that you're intentionally looking to draw into you. Okay. So I put usually like 5-6 hashtags on every single one of them. And I'm really, really intentional. So if you know where you're looking to expand, or you know the type of people that you are trying to attract onto your page, start branding yourself with hashtags and the way that you do it. And number 5, as always, guys, consistency is the key. Don't get started just to work for a day. Don't try doing it just to quit. Don't do it for a couple of days and then stop for a few days and then do it for a couple of days, because you will never get anywhere. Think of it like a plane taking off. If the pilot kept clicking the brake every single time they started, they probably would never take off, right? They'd be on that runway forever, and they would have to start over from the start again. Don't be the pilot that brakes consistently. Go full throttle, go full force ahead, hit the gas and go for it. You can do it. I promise you, you can make it happen. And if you have any questions or you don't know exactly how to do it, go follow somebody who is doing it. Go follow someone who's working it consistently. Go follow people like Rachel Jones, Cheyenne Knox. I get a lot of my inspiration from them. Morgan Martin, Tanya makes really, really good videos. Manny makes really, really good videos. You can go follow my page. Go follow someone who's doing it, and set up an hour on Sundays where you just have fun with your family, right? And you do that every single Sunday or every single Friday or every single Monday, whatever day works best for you. Set aside 30 minutes to an hour, whatever works best for you. Make a ton of TikToks for yourself, even if it's just standing there, letting the music play and pointing to the beat, right? So I hope that helps you guys with TikTok. And last but not least, we're going to go with Haley really quick. She's going to explain the power of stories now that we've talked about TikTok and we've talked about messaging on Instagram.
Okay, so one of the things I wanted to touch on that Chelsea was talking about when she was talking about doing her messaging, and she was moving them from primary to general, you have to have a business account set up on Instagram. So if your account is still set up just as basic accounts and you don't go into the settings to change it to a business account, then you cannot do that. So if you're like, why can I not find this in my message in your DMs? It's because your account is not set up that way. So you'll just have to walk through the steps in the settings, or just reach out to your upline and they should be able to walk you through it. And changing your account over is more beneficial in a lot of things because it shows you the stats on your post and stuff like that. So the stats on your post, it gives you more options of putting in more links and stuff like that. So you can have your stuff just broadcast, and you have the opportunity to put, like mine is like, so you have like where I know you see people on Instagram that have like blogger tags and stuff like that. So you're able to put different tags on there. So before you get started, like anything in depth on Instagram, that is one of the first things that you want to do is definitely change it to a business account. And that will get all the access things that Chelsea was showing you also. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And then secondly, with the stories, I get so many of my potentials from my stories because, like Chelsea said, there's something you stay consistent with, but I intertwine my life in my stories. So my kids are on my stories all the time. I talk on my stories a lot. Now, guaranteed, when I first got started, that was not the case, but I've worked myself up to it, and I kind of just stepped out of my comfort zone one day and I did it. And not only do I talk and I show my kids, I post motivational videos. Like I'll just go to TikTok and search motivation and find videos, and I'll post them on there, and I'll post quotes and stuff like that, and just things about my life. I love to cook. I love to bake. That's one of my favoriteest things. I have people tell me all the time that they see my mixer all the time because that's literally one of my favoriteest things. But I post it on my stories and I stay consistent with it. And not only do I post about my life, I talk about the business. I post about the business. I post slides on my stories. So Most days I try to post a video. I post a slide about a product, about the business, and then I'll post another video of me talking, showing the kids, playing with the kids, anything like that. And then I'll post something else. So every single day I've got a business slides going out and product slides going out and my face out there. And it's gotten so I stay so consistent with it that I have people reach out to me when I'm not doing it. Are you okay? What's going on? We haven't seen you today. I miss you on your stories. How are the kids? Like, just they're asking questions and they're concerned in my life because they see me so much. And not only is it that, a lot of my customers come from my stories because I don't only post about the products, I show that I'm using the products. So the products I post the most about are the products that I use every single day because those are my favorite products. And so many people will get started with you when they're seeing what products you're using because they don't want to join with somebody or try something if you're not using it. How can you sell something if you don't want to stand behind it and use it yourself? So I do not talk about all the products on my stories because I do not use all the products. Like the skincare, I have very sensitive skin, so my skin breaks out, so I cannot use the skincare. I can barely use Dial soap on my face without it breaking out. So I have to tell people that when they ask me if I use the skincare because I cannot because of my skin. And it's not that I don't talk about it. It's great products, and I show them all of the results from all of our other people that use it. But it's not something I use personally, so I don't put it out there like I'm using it personally. Like the coffee, talk about every single day because I drink it every single day. Or the gummies, I use them like crazy, so I'll talk about them. So I feel like when you talk about things that you're using, you're bringing more people in. That's the same thing with the business. If you post on your story about your business and about just what you're doing that day, or like I post so many times, I just be like, kids are down for a nap. I'm getting ready to put in an hour worth of work. And people are like, how are you doing that? How are you working from your phone? Like, I don't know how many messages I get throughout the week of people asking me that. How are you doing this through your phone? Your kids are sleeping and you're not going into work. And it's just from me literally posting on my story. I'm going to work an hour and my kids are sleeping. And they're invested. And that's how I pull in my potential distributors. And I talk about it. And I talk about looking for people and what I want in a partner in the business and who I want on my team, because I want certain people. I want other mamas and I want people from the South because that's where I'm at. And so I'm going into those areas of those places that I want and just the things that I want. I love to cook. So I love to have people on my team that love to cook. But it's just sticking with it, and you have to stay consistent with it. That's something that's so huge because consistency it pays off. Because if you do it and you stop, people are never going to believe you. And that's the same thing with the business. You want to show it and you want to talk about your story. I may not post my story on my wall every single day, but I do post it on my story in some sort of way. I post my slides that I have going through talking about who I am, what I am, how I joined the business and stuff like that. Either post my slides every day or I post a video of me talking about how grateful I am for this business or where I'm going in this business. And I post other success stories. You can get on Pinterest, and trust me, that's where I usually find everything. Is you get on Pinterest and you just search it. Instagram story threads or stuff like that. And I post success stories of other people in this business because they may not relate with me personally in my story, but they may relate with someone else's story. And they're like, okay, well, if this person does this just like me, I could do this. So you want to just not talk about yourself in the business aspect. You want to show other people how they're successful in this business, because it's not just that you've been successful in this business or that you're going to be successful in this business. There's so many people that have already taken this business and made millions with it, or taken this business and made their thousands of dollars if they need it. So just look out there. There's so many resources. And like Chelsea said, follow those people. I follow our top leaders on Instagram because that's where I get a lot of my inspiration, like she said. And it's just people that I relate with. So I follow a lot of people from the South because that's where I am. I'm a Southern person, cannot stand the snow, probably will never go anywhere where there's snow. So I talk about that a lot. And I follow people that talk about that a lot because my blood cannot survive it. So you just want to follow in the path of the people that you know that you can relate to, because if you can relate to them, then someone else can relate to you.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for sharing, Haley. That was so freaking good. Good tips. All right, guys. So that is literally the finishing point for our Zoom call tonight for Instagram, TikTok. I hope you guys learned some stuff. So if you have any other questions, reach out to your upline. They're always there to help you. And asking questions is literally how I got to where I am. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I hope you have a great night.